Hi all, I'm Mrs. Mestre, the librarian at Chinook, and winter break is coming. And I don't know about you, but I like to curl up with a good book, maybe even a series over winter break. And so here are some fun books that I highly recommend and that all of us librarians recommend you take a look at for winter break. First is the book that started the spooky Christmas book genre. It's called A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. You've probably seen a movie based on this, maybe even a cartoon show, but in the 1800s, it was super common for people to spend the dark winter days telling each other ghost stories. And A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens is a ghost story, and it's set at Christmas. It all takes place on Christmas Eve. And this is kind of the book that we drew inspiration from when creating this list. So things are a little bit spooky, definitely a little bit cold. They all take place in the winter and are great Christmas winter break reads. First is The Ghost in Tokaido Inn by Dorothy and Thomas Hoobler. It's a ghost story. It's spooky. It's set in Japan. If you are interested in this is a great kind of classic mystery story. So take a look at this one by Dorothy and Thomas Hoobler. Three Dark Crowns by Kendare Blank. She's a local author. She's from Kent, Washington. And this is a whole series. And this is the first book in the series. And yeah, like it's cold, it's bleak, the wind is blowing. You just want to know what's going on as these three queens, sisters, all compete for the crown. And the winner lives and everybody else has to die. It's magical. It's high fantasy. It's definitely dark and gloomy and wonderful. So take a look at this. Akata Witch is amazing. And this is a little bit different in that it's not a cold story. This is actually set in the continent of Africa in Nigeria. But this is during their winter break, their holiday. And we kind of like to joke around about this as being like African Harry Potter. But that's because there's students with magical powers and they go away to a boarding school to learn how to use them. But their powers are not rooted in European magic, but definitely rooted in African magic. And it's powerful and wonderful, and it's a series. So you can keep going if you like this one. The Finest Hours is nonfiction. It is based on a true story. I mean, that's what nonfiction means. But it is the story of a epic shipwreck and the Coast Guard's efforts to save the sailors on the ship. The ship was sunk by a nor'easter, and a nor'easter is a massive Atlantic storm, and so these few sailors had to go out and rescue the sailors on the sinking ship. This is also a movie starring Chris Pine, so you can kind of go back and forth. If you do read The Finest Hours, we recommend the YA version, the young readers adaptation. Just a little bit easier to read, a little bit more fun. Winterhouse by Ben Guterson. It's mystery and it's full of puzzles. And if you like the Mysterious Benedict Society, you'd like Winterhouse. It's definitely set over winter. It's gloomy, it's spooky, lots of twists and turns. It's a fun one, and it's a series, so you can keep going if you like this one. What I kind of think of as very much a winter break adventure story is White Fang. It's a classic, but it's about a wolf in Alaska, Yukon Gold Rush. And it's adventure-y and it's fun. Not very spooky, but definitely wintry. Greenglass House by Kate Milford looks a lot like the Winterhouse. Looks a lot like Waterhouse, but this is a little bit different. This is an inn that is snowed in, and all sorts of people get stuck at this inn. Turns out they're all kind of bad guys, and they have a creepy intention with being there, and it's up to the main character to figure out what's going on and to solve the mystery and to stop all the thieves from thieving. Maybe by Carolyn Starr Rose. It's historical fiction. It's a novel in verse, and it is set in the prairie in a blizzard, and Maybe has to save her family from being snowed in. It's wonderful. It's very gentle and sweet, and it's historical fiction, so it's set in the 30s. The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street is set in Brooklyn, and in this book, it's like the night before Christmas, and the Vanderbeekers, who are this wonderful blended race family, are facing eviction because their landlord wants to take away their, is raising their rent and losing their house right before Christmas. So it is a holiday story, but it's also like a family story struggling to survive and to be awesome. And this is just a really great story. Also, it's a series, so you should check out Vanderbeekers, 41st Street. If you like gentle, sweet, romantic comedies, check out What Light by J. Asher. It's set at a Christmas tree farm. It definitely kind of has that Hallmark Christmas movie feel, but it is a romantic comedy. So if you like romantic comedies, give What Light by J. Asher a try. If you like spooky, scary zombie stories, try Rotten Ruin. This is not necessarily set in the winter, but it's got that compulsive, I want to keep going feeling. I know a lot of us think about death in the winter or darkness or just kind of want a good gloomy story. Try Rotten Ruin by Jonathan Maberry if you haven't tried it before. They're big, so it's a really good choice for winter break, and you'll want to just keep reading the whole thing. If you want to check out any of these books, be sure to log in to the Fall or Destiny app in ClassLink to put it on hold from your school library. Put it on hold. We'll try to get them checked out to you. You can also try it as an ebook from the public library, or when we get Sora, you can try it from Sora. But be sure to try to put these books on hold. And have a wonderful winter break. We look forward to seeing you when you get back. Bye.